Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your deep love reading for the end of October. It's like the last 2 weeks of October. We're going to do it. Remember the messages are general. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Okay, let's pull a wisdom of the oracle for a crowning message. Let's start in. TikTok. Okay. So, very aware of time right now. It does seem like many of you are, but love and the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycle. I mean, everything in life, everything has its own timetable, and some things are preordained and can't be coerced, but everything has its season and its divine and appropriate timing. And especially when it comes to matters of the heart, we have to just kind of be patient sometimes and let things unfold. So this seems to be one of those time periods for you. Sagittarius. So let's get right into this. We're going to pull a past, present, near future, final outcome energy. First, I'm going to pull 4 cards for each position. Then we'll get some additional messages from the Lenormand and from the love oracles. Okay, let's see what we have here. We'll throw some astro dice at the end. Okay, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for these. So first thing we have is the 3 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, let's pull all of these, and then we'll pull them up and interpret them 4 at a time. Okay. So we have the 3 of Swords. I mean, the 3 of Swords in reverse, I have to tell you, is better than in the upright, because this is indicative of like apologies and recovery after some sort of loss, having to do with relationship. It can mean physical healing, if for any of you maybe who had some sort of surgery, if that's relevant within your relationship. But that's what the 3 of Swords is. Now we have this working with the 9 of Cups, which is all about wish fulfillment, wishes coming true, material abundance, right? Working with the 7 of Pentacles, which has to do with being very patient, right? This is a very patient, very hardworking energy, but there's some sort of delay, right? Some sort of waiting that's happening within this relationship, and I guess this is why we got the TikTok energy too. There's some sort of waiting, the need to be patient, right? In the recent energy leading up to this time, we need to be very patient. And we do have this working with the Knight of Swords. We have to talk about this for a second, right? Because the Knight of Swords is it's a couple of things. The Knight of Swords can be a very fast-talking person who comes in who's super argumentative, right? But this can also indicate a lifestyle change. So maybe, for example, if you're single, you're no longer single. If you were together, maybe somebody moved out. But there being some sort of lifestyle change having to do with relationship. But the Knight of Swords can be a very sharp-tongued energy, very argumentative. But there is some sort of what can be going on here though as well with the 3 of Swords energy, because it's in reverse, because it's apologies. Somebody coming in and apologizing profusely and like, I'm really sorry about what I did, kind of thing, or you wishing that could certainly be what's going on here. Now for those of you who are single, you may be going through some sort of situation where you were with someone and you experienced a lot of hurt, and there was like conversation about it and all of that. But now you're just very, very focused on changing your life. You don't want to deal with any sort of unhealthy energy anymore. So the Knight of Swords could be like, look, okay, you're sorry, whatever. Okay, fine. Now I need to go out and go after my wish fulfillment. I need to change a situation here. I can't be in this anymore. I have to go after what's right for me. And as you do that, you're very patient and you're very diligent. You're very patient in finding success in a relationship, which is really, really good, because you can't rush it, right? As the TikTok crowning energy does indicate, you just can't rush that. So that's what I see as your recent past. Now as the present, We have the Three of Pentacles working with the King of Swords in reverse, working with the Page of Wands reverse, Five of Pentacles reverse. Okay, well, why don't we talk about the Five of Pentacles reverse first, because this indicates some sort of hope returning, some sort of recovery from something challenging that happened within a relationship. Remember, Pentacles does indicate mental, physical, and emotional connection if it doesn't indicate money. Some of you may literally be starting maybe a new job, right? It could be that, for some of you. Could be, this could be the idea of, let's see, somebody returning home, maybe somebody who moved out is then now moving back in, or this could even be you moving back home to your family, or moving back, back to a place that you used to live. It could mean that, yeah. And then we have that working with the Page of Wands in the reverse. So the Page of Wands in reverse is definitely a sign of immaturity. So either, probably not you, Sag, right? It's because you guys are a very mature sign. But you might be dealing with somebody that you are understanding to be rather immature. This could be a thing. Now, some of you, if you are old enough or in the space where you have children who are perhaps school-aged, or even older, right? This could be indicative of one of your kids struggling at school and it ending up being an issue within the relationship, within the marriage, whatever that is. That's what it can be for some of you. For others of you, it's definitely dealing with a very immature energy. Then we have the King of Swords in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse is somebody who is kind of abusive, kind of like a corrupt person, somebody who does not have a strong moral code and moral compass, which does not jive well with Sagittarius, since you guys are the most, moral, really, energy, the archetype anyway. It obviously depends what else, your other things in your chart. You're not only Sagittarius, but that is this energy. So this tells me you're dealing with a very corrupt person, like a real con person, kind of, somebody who is also trying to be very manipulative, somebody who's very, could be very passive aggressive as well, but there's abuse here. There's definitely some sort of abuse here with the King of Swords reverse. We have this working with the Three of Pentacles in the upright, and this is about teamwork and collaboration and really wanting to work on building something. But the thing is, you're very focused on building something. You're very, very focused on healing from something because you've been dealing with a very immature, very sort of abusive type of energy. So you're focused on you and doing you and not allowing this sort of messy energy to hold you back. Sorry, cross watchers. That's what I'm getting. Now, so you always say the energy could always be vice versa. Maybe you're the immature, messy one, Sag. Who knows? I don't think so, because that's really not your archetype. But I do have to put that out there anyway. So I like that you're, there's this element of recovery, of moving away from something, and of focusing on building, right? Three of Pentacles is a Mars and Capricorn energy, right? Mars rules Aries. Aries is all about a new path, a fresh perspective. Let's go and do this kind of thing, after recovering. So in the near future, we have the King of Cups working with the Two of Wands, working with the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse. So let's talk about the King of Cups first. This is somebody who's very supportive, who's very tolerant, who's very empathetic, who's very loving, who kind of gets it. Now, this could be you, right? You being in this space, very ready and open. You could be dealing with somebody like this because it's a court card. So the kings, the queens, the pages, or the court cards could always be you or somebody else, but it's the idea that the energy is there. We have this working with the Ace of Cups in reverse. So the Ace of Cups in reverse is like being let down and feeling very disappointed, maybe depressed over a situation that you thought was going to go a different way, and it ended up not working out. And, you feeling rather sad about that. Yeah, right? And then we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So the Five of Swords in reverse is much better than in the upright, right? Because this is indicative of a fair fight and peace after having a really hard time. And this is an energy of somebody being found out, being caught, the lights coming on. So this could even be somebody, though, who you're dealing with realizing the way they've been acting as well, right? Because swords are truth, right? And in the reverse, like the truth comes out here as well with this. So then we have the Two of Wands. So here there's the need to make a choice. So you can be waiting for somebody to contact you. You can be waiting for somebody to realize something, but it does come in the near future, Sagittarius. I'm getting that you're going to have to make a decision, between two things, right? Because that really is the Two of Wands energy. It is the need to make a decision between two paths, right? Because you're very tolerant. You're being very empathetic. But the thing is here, somebody's got to make this realization, and they need to communicate it to you. Because if they don't, you're just going to continue to just focus on yourself. This is really, I feel like you guys are very much in a space of understanding that if you like someone and let's say you're single and you like someone, or even if you're in a relationship or you're wanting to get back with somebody, you can't control how somebody else does their life and how somebody else does them. You guys know that. I mean, even though it's hard to accept that when, maybe when we really want something to work out a particular way, but is the final outcome. Have to pay attention to the Seven of Swords first and foremost, because this is about betrayal and dishonesty and running away and a thievery energy, which I always, when we're talking about relationship, is always like a gaslighting, deflection kind of energy, very unhealthy kind of energy. And then we have the Strength card reverse. Excuse me, this is a Leo energy. So this is somebody who is like immature, abuses their power, right? It's just is very into like self-sabotaging behaviors, is very fearful, very discordant. They're very egocentric as well. Very focused on themselves to an unhealthy degree, right? Because Leo is that fifth house energy. So it's very focused on what, it's a very me kind of space, right? In the shadow element, the shadow manifestation of Leo is that. It's very me. Look at me. It's all about me, what I want, my creation, what I want to do, when I want to do it kind of thing, Yeah, and then we have this working with the Ace of Wands, and this is just like a new urge to just move forward. You meeting somebody new. Yeah, we have this with the Death and Rebirth. This is Scorpio energy, 8th house. This is about an ending and a simultaneous new beginning, and this new connection that you're going to feel very passionate about. Sag, I have to tell you, I feel like you're dealing with an immature energy. You're sort of trying to focus on you, figure out what's going on with that. But there's going to be an ending, and there's going to be this beginning with somebody else. You're going to be realizing that somebody is just completely not equipped to have the relationship that you're looking for right now. Doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person or whatever. It's just definitely like the timing of something is perhaps off. But you feeling very passionate about moving forward in a different direction, even if you have strong feelings. Again, acceptance. I definitely feel a level of acceptance here, if that makes sense. Where it's like, I wish it could be this way, but I can't make it that way by myself. And so if they're going to continue to be that, I need to move over here, away from there, kind of thing, So let's see what the Lenormand has to say. First we have magnifying glass, choice, Mars man. That's man 1 in Lenormand. I mean, that's man 2. And this would be lady 1. Oh boy, okay, let's look at this. Okay, we have the mummy. All right, I want to actually end it there because I feel like this is very strong here when we get to the people looking at each other like that. Yeah, I very passionate male energy involved here for sure. Mars is about, come on, let's go. It's a very seductive, very sexy energy, one that wants to very, very much take a chance. But the thing is, you have to remember Mars is an Aries energy, and while it's very self-confident and very self-assured and wanting to push forward in a certain way. They want what they want when they want it, in the way that they want it. And remember, Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So there is this immature vibe here, whereas she is just much more peaceful, relaxed, mature. And she's just patiently looking at him here. But let's go back to the front. There's magnifying glass and there's choice. So you're in a space where you need to make a decision, and you need to look at things very carefully at this individual, regardless of the gender now at this point, because we got both genders here, of, what do you want to do? Because we have the mummy, and the mummy is indicative of a cycle ending. It's a death in order to rise up and be rebirthed. There is this transformative element that's available here. So it's the need to make that decision, though, right, for that to kind of come to pass. So that is what I'm seeing there. Definitely needing to look at an energy that you're associating with a lot closer, and understanding that if it is sort of that very confident, very self-assured kind of energy, there might be something else cooking under there, and that's not going to end up being a good thing for you. Now, again, that could be you. That Mars energy could certainly be you. It can be. But let's pull some love oracles and see what we get. Palm tree. Stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. And remember, with these, it doesn't mean that every single key phrase is going to be checked off, but we have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling loss, grieving, mourning. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, another self-sabotage energy. Fear, ego issues, jealousy. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. It's just very interesting because we have this stability and security, and then someone expressing love, thinking of you as the bookends, and these two heartbroken and feeling like you're not enough in the center. So I'm being called to pull some wild unknown to get some clarity here. Okay, we have the World energy. Very nice. Best card in the deck. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And then, okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is this, kind of feeling very worried, kind of poverty mindset, having to do with connection, right? So just feeling very, very disconnected. Nine of Pentacles is very much focusing on yourself, being very self-sufficient, solo pleasures, focusing on work, doing what you like to do, connecting with yourself. And the World does indicate the completion of a lesson. Kind of felt like that. But this is a Saturn energy, and Saturn, this is very positive, because what happens here is you learn the lesson, and then it's like the blocks open up energetically. And then you're given the blessings. Saturn blessings are the best kind because they last for so long. They're the hardest lessons to go through, though. So there's no question that whatever lesson you had to learn, within this was definitely very, very challenging. There's no question. There's a lot of pain involved in this. But I do see somebody else trying to reach out to you. Now, whether you're ready or not, that's going to be up to you. If you're not ready, sit it out, right? You show me a stability and security I have never known. You make me feel a kind of anxiety I have never known, yet desired in a way I have never known. Oof. Oh, that's tough. Seeing you reminds me of things I know deep down, but that I struggle to deal with. All right, so it does seem like somebody is, does need to do a little bit of work on themselves, right? Sagittarius, but it does seem like, you're focusing on you, doing you learned a lesson, you are feeling disconnected. This is not an easy energy, but I like that we got the Nine of Pentacles as a center energy. Doing you, solo pleasures, focusing on connecting to yourself, focusing on connecting to others in your life, doing some nice things for yourself. right? And just being patient, because it does seem like something needs to work itself through. And again, this is a very brief time period, but that is what I'm seeing here. Let's throw the astro dice. So yeah, I mean, and we have crazy ass Uranus is up in the sky doing his thing right now. Holy cow. You know, it's like, boom, surprise, you know, there's big surprises that are going to be going on the end of October. Believe me, that should be for another video. And then we have the 10th house, which is your career. Yeah, I mean, and that's the Saturn energy as well. And then we have Leo focusing on you. I feel like you're just going to be totally focused on yourself. I feel like some sort of shocking news is going to come in, or you're having this realization that you just have to focus on your future, because that really is what Uranus is. It's shock, but it's also focus on the future. Again, 10th house is your public reputation, your career, your place in the world, in that way, focusing on that. And Leo is that 5th house. Maybe you're going to start opening yourself up to a little romance. The Leo kind of relationship energy is more love affair, romance, the falling in love. This is very new. It's a very new energy, focusing on you, your creation, being creative yourself, and doing things that you love to do. So that's what I see you doing right now in the end of October, which I think is entirely healthy. This is a very healthy reading for you. So I do like that. Let me just pull one last astro card to further support the dice and see one in the sky. My Sagittarius friends should be tapping into for some additional support for the end of October. The 4th house roots. Good. You know, this is about family, home, background, your inner world. This is the world of, you know, it's because it's your moon, right? It's the moon, the 4th house, which is a Cancer energy, is ruled by the moon, which is the emotions. Some of you out in the 3D, you can be very focused on real estate, very focused on a lot of you bringing yourself some sort of comfort, cooking good food, being around family, being just close to home, and just appreciating anything that you feel that energetic, home-like, metaphorical connection, or in the 3D connection that you identify as home, and just taking care of you right now, right, at the end of this month. So that's what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.